I'm Elizabeth. Today I'm going to tell you my story. But before I continue, please share, and subscribe to hear more stories like this. It was a Tuesday morning when I got the call that changed everything. I was getting ready for work, coffee in hand, scrolling through emails, when my phone lit up with my mother's name. "Elizabeth, honey, we need to talk about your brother," she said, her voice sweet as honey but sharp as a tack. "Mom, I'm about to head into a meeting. Can this wait?" I replied, already knowing what was coming. "No, it absolutely cannot. David is in trouble again, and he needs your help. It's just a signature, Elizabeth. That's all." "Let me guess. Another bankruptcy filing?" "Don't use that tone with me, young lady. Family helps family. Your father and I have already put our names down, but the bank wants someone with better credit." I took a deep breath. "This would be the fourth time, Mom. Fourth. I'm not doing it." "We're not asking, Elizabeth. We're telling you. This is what family does." "No, Mom. This is what enablers do. I've got to go." "Elizabeth Marie Reynolds, don't you dare hang up on me. Your brother has been through so much." "Through what, Mom? Through spending sprees? Through bad business decisions? Through constant bailouts that teach him nothing?" "He's had bad luck, Elizabeth. Not everyone is as fortunate as you." I laughed bitterly. "Fortunate? I worked 2 jobs through college while David partied. I saved for years to buy my condo while he got a down payment from you and Dad. There's no luck involved here, just choices." "That's so unfair. Your brother is trying his best." "His best at what? Spending money he doesn't have?" I'm done with this conversation. I hung up and tossed my phone into my purse, trying to ignore the immediate barrage of texts that followed. My hands were shaking. For 32 years, I'd been the reliable one, the responsible one, the one who always said yes. Not today. My assistant, Tara, poked her head into my office. "You okay, boss? You look like you've seen a ghost." "Family drama," I said with a weak smile. "Nothing new." "Want to talk about it over lunch? I'm buying—" I nodded gratefully. Tara wasn't just my assistant. She'd become a true friend over the 3 years we'd worked together. At lunch, I spilled everything. "So your brother has filed for bankruptcy 3 times already?" Tara asked, eyes wide. "Yep. And each time my parents have bailed him out. The first time I was young and didn't know better, so I co-signed. The second time they guilt-tripped me into it. The third time they literally showed up at my apartment and wouldn't leave until I signed. And now there's a fourth? David's never had to face consequences. He spends money like water. Luxury cars, vacations, a house he couldn't afford. And my parents, they've always favored him. Their precious son can do no wrong. So what are you going to do?" "Stand my ground. For once in my life." Later that evening, my doorbell rang. I knew who it was before I even checked. Both my parents stood there, with David lingering behind them like a shadow. "We need to talk," my father said, pushing past me into my apartment. "Please come in," I muttered sarcastically. "Elizabeth, be reasonable," my mother said, settling herself on my couch like she owned it. "David has had some bad luck." "Bad luck?" I interrupted. "Bad luck is getting struck by lightning. Bad luck is not maxing out credit cards on gambling and luxury items 3 times in a row." "Hey, that's not fair," David protested, looking wounded. "I've had legitimate business setbacks." "Like what? The investment opportunity in that casino? Or the sports car dealership that never materialized? Or wait, was it the yacht rental business in Arizona?" "You've always been jealous of me," David snapped. "Jealous? Of what? Your inability to manage money? Your talent for manipulation?" "I'm not manipulating anyone. Mom and Dad understand that sometimes you need help." "Help is different from enabling, David. Help would be getting you financial counseling or teaching you to live within your means, not repeatedly bailing you out of messes you create." "You think you're so perfect," he sneered. "Miss Corporate Success with her fancy title and corner office? I'm not perfect. I'm responsible. There's a difference." "Enough!" My father slammed his hand on my coffee table. "Elizabeth, your brother needs help. You have the means to help him. End of discussion." "No, Dad, not end of discussion. I'm done enabling him. I'm done being the family ATM. I'm done watching you two worship the ground he walks on while treating me like an afterthought. How dare you speak to us like that? My mother gasped. How dare you come into my home and make demands? I've worked hard for everything I have. I put myself through college. I built my career from nothing. And David? David got a full ride to a private university that he dropped out of. David got 3 new cars before he was 25. David got down payments for businesses he ran into the ground. We've always treated you both equally, my father insisted. Really? When was the last time you helped me with anything? When was the last time you even asked about my life? An uncomfortable silence filled the room. I want you all to leave, I said quietly. And I want you to respect my decision. You'll regret this, my father said, standing up. Family sticks together. That's rich coming from you. After they left, I called my friend Marcus, who happened to be a lawyer. They can't actually force you to sign anything, he reassured me over the phone. I know that logically, but you don't understand how they operate. They'll wear me down. Stand firm. You're doing the right thing. 2 weeks passed. I changed my phone number after the constant calls and messages became too much. I warned security at my building about potential unwanted visitors. I was just starting to think maybe they'd given up when I received a certified letter. It was a court summons. My parents were suing me. They're claiming I have a fiduciary responsibility to my brother due to past financial agreements, I explained to Marcus over drinks that night. They're saying I verbally agreed to help with his debts. That's ridiculous, Marcus scoffed. It'll get thrown out. Will it? They've twisted the truth my whole life. What if they convince a judge? They won't, trust me. But you need proper representation. My firm doesn't handle family law, but I know someone who does. Her name is Vanessa Chen, and she's a shark. Vanessa was indeed impressive when I met her the next day. So let me get this straight, she said, reviewing my paperwork. Your brother has filed for bankruptcy 3 times. You co-signed the first 3 times. Now they want you to sign a 4th time, and when you refused, they're suing you? That's the gist of it, I replied. And they're claiming you have a responsibility based on past agreements? Yes. They're saying I promised to always help with family financial matters. Did you? No, of course not. Good. Because even if you had, verbal contracts about ongoing financial responsibility are notoriously difficult to enforce. But we need to be prepared. They'll try to paint you as the heartless daughter abandoning her family in their time of need. That's their specialty. I need you to gather everything. Bank statements showing transfers to your brother, text messages, emails, anything that demonstrates a pattern of them asking for money and you providing it. I've been cleaning up their messes for years, I said. I should have plenty. The day of the hearing arrived faster than I expected. As I walked into the courthouse with Vanessa, I saw my family on the opposite side of the hall. My mother wouldn't meet my eyes. My father stared straight ahead. David looked nervous, fidgeting with his watch. A Rolex, I noticed. Apparently, bankruptcy hadn't affected his taste for luxury. Your brother seems to be doing fine financially, Vanessa muttered. That's just for show. It's probably fake, or borrowed. We were called into the courtroom. The judge, a stern-looking woman in her 60s, glanced over the paperwork before addressing us. Before we begin, I want to be clear that family disputes should ideally be resolved outside my courtroom. Have you attempted mediation? My father's lawyer spoke up. Your Honor, my clients have made numerous attempts to resolve this matter privately. Their daughter has been uncooperative. Is this true, Miss Chen? The judge asked. Not at all, Your Honor. My client has been subjected to harassment and emotional manipulation. She changed her phone number to avoid the constant pressure from her family. This lawsuit is just another form of that pressure. I see. Well, let's get to the heart of the matter. Mr. and Mrs. Reynolds, you claim your daughter has a responsibility to assist with her brother's financial situation based on family obligation. Your Honor, my father's lawyer began, there's a clear pattern of financial support that establishes an implicit agreement. An agreement to what, exactly? To indefinitely support a grown man through repeated financial mismanagement? Vanessa interrupted. Counselor, you'll have your turn. the judge admonished before turning back to my father's lawyer. Continue. My clients have evidence that Miss Reynolds verbally agreed to always support her brother in times of financial hardship. Your Honor, I couldn't help but speak up. I never made such an agreement. Miss Reynolds, please address the court through your attorney, the judge said firmly. Vanessa stood. Your Honor, not only is there no evidence of such an agreement, but we have extensive documentation showing a one-sided pattern of financial support that has been taken advantage of repeatedly. My client has co-signed 3 previous bankruptcy filings out of family pressure, not legal obligation. The hearing continued, with both sides presenting arguments. When it was time for evidence, Vanessa was methodical. I'd like to present Exhibit A, bank transfers from my client to her brother, totaling over $50,000 in the past 5 years, none of which have been repaid. My mother gasped audibly. Exhibit B, text messages from the plaintiffs making demands rather than requests for financial assistance. And finally, Your Honor, Exhibit C, a credit report showing that all 3 previous bankruptcies my client co-signed resulted in her having to make payments when her brother defaulted, damaging her own credit score and financial standing. The judge looked at David. Mr. Reynolds, is this accurate? Did you fail to make payments on debts your sister co-signed? David squirmed in his seat. I intended to pay them back. Intention without action means very little in my courtroom, the judge replied dryly. After both sides presented their cases, the judge took only a brief recess before returning with her decision. This court finds no legal basis for the claim that Elizabeth Reynolds has any fiduciary responsibility toward her brother's financial matters. Furthermore, I find this lawsuit frivolous and potentially vindictive. Case dismissed. I felt a wave of relief wash over me. Additionally, the judge continued, I'm issuing a restraining order preventing the plaintiffs from contacting Miss Reynolds regarding financial matters for a period of 6 months. Any violation will result in contempt charges. As we left the courtroom, my mother caught up to me in the hallway. Elizabeth, please, she began, her voice breaking. We're still family. Are we, Mom? Because family doesn't drag each other to court. Family doesn't manipulate and guilt trip. Family doesn't play favorites for decades. I never played favorites, she protested weakly. Really? When I graduated college with honors, you and Dad couldn't attend because David needed a ride to a job interview. When I got promoted to senior management, you forgot to call. When I bought my first home, you asked if I could loan money to David instead of throwing a housewarming party. That's not fair. No, what's not fair is that I was always expected to be the responsible one, the reliable one, while David got away with everything. Well, guess what? I'm still being responsible. Responsible to myself? I walked away, feeling lighter than I had in years. Over the next several months, I heard through mutual friends about what happened to my family. Without my financial support, David's 4th bankruptcy went through, but with much harsher terms. He lost his condo and luxury car. My parents, who had unwisely tied their own finances to his, faced serious financial strain. Meanwhile, I thrived. I got another promotion at work. I started dating again. I even began therapy to work through my family issues. 6 months after the court hearing, my father called me from a new number. Elizabeth, I need to talk to you. The restraining order expired yesterday. I see you wasted no time, I replied coolly. It's not about money. I've been doing some thinking. Your mother and we made mistakes. That's an understatement. David moved in with us after he lost his place. It's been challenging. I'm starting to see what you meant about consequences. It only took 32 years. Can we meet? Just to talk? No pressure, no demands? I hesitated. I'll think about it. I thought about the years of manipulation, the favoritism, the expectations. I thought about the court case and the horrible things they'd said about me in their filing. I've decided, I told Tara the next day. I'm not meeting with them. Are you sure? Yes. Maybe someday, when they've really changed, when they've really understood the damage they've done. But not now. Not when the only reason they're reaching out is because David's problems are affecting them directly. I'm proud of you, she said, squeezing my hand. You know what? I'm proud of me too. I sent my father a text. I'm not ready to meet. I need time and space. Real change takes more than a few months. When you're ready to have a relationship with me that doesn't revolve around David or money, let me know. He didn't respond, which told me everything I needed to know. They weren't ready for real change. They just wanted their safety net back. But that's okay. For the first time in my life, I was putting myself first, and it felt fantastic. So there you have it, my story of finally standing up to the people who had taken advantage of me for years. It wasn't easy, and the road wasn't straight, but I got there in the end. Now I'm curious, have you ever had to cut off family members for your own well-being? What was your breaking point, and how did you handle the guilt that came afterward?